Hello, everyone. Today I'm joined by Ivan, a filmmaker based in Stockholm and an active member of Student Filmmakers. He is currently working on a few projects that we are going to be talking about. Ivan, how did you discover your passion for filmmaking?
Well, it started from a young age. Started with writing comics, drawing, and it was during high school where I found my dad's camera. It's like a high-8 camera tape, and I started filming some stuff with it, and that's how I developed my skills. And then I went to film school, and for 2 years I learned how to light, how to do sound, how to direct, and afterwards I started making music videos. And from there, I started writing short films and then really learned how to really tell the story. The story part is the hard part, how to develop something that makes sense, something that the audience cares about. And that combined with the technical skill led me to where I am today.
Which were the biggest challenges that you encountered while filming The Evil Mime?
The biggest challenge would be the casting and writing the story. Having a proper 3-act structure, having a protagonist that you care for, and coming up with a good ending that will leave the audience in shock. When you plan it well and you take your time, you're going to save a lot of time on set. So the set was actually pretty smooth. I planned like 9 hours and I was done by 8 hours. So I saved about an hour. And then the cast was happy, everybody's happy, and they get to go home earlier. Everything was practical, the blood, the lighting and everything. So I didn't use any visual effects. What I did do was color grade in the new HDR format. So that was something I wanted to try out. And also I used 3D spatial audio mixing to get that feeling that you're inside the room with them. And then those two are like new technologies that have been evolving, and it's now in the time when many in the prosumer level are able to use it. Before it's only Hollywood and like a Dolby Vision that's accessible to big production studios with like millions of dollars. So we're living in a good time.
What was the most exciting project that you have worked on?
Well, it's the latest one I've done, which is 30 minutes. I met director Daniel Espinosa, who's doing the new Morbius movie. And one of the tips he gave me was that if somebody can direct a 30-minute story that the audience cares about, then that person can do a longer story. I believe this 30-minute version that I can hold the audience. So I'm really excited about it. And you see in the background, this is the planning I've done for that movie. And it's been filmed and everything went smoothly. And I'm editing it now and soon going to color it and put some. That one will have more visual effects with software like After Effects and Blackmagic Fusion. So I'm still learning along the way how to bring these effects to life. The planning is the most important. I learned this through Nicholas Winding Refn, the Danish director who did Too Old to Die Young on Amazon, and he did the Pusher series and Bronson as well. His behind the scenes video, I saw he really planned each scene, So if you have a really good structure, then the movie is going to work. And I visualized the film as well. And you can see like scene for scene, if it actually works before, because when you actually do the shoot, it costs money, and every dollar that you can save can be used for marketing or post-production or whatever, or your next project.
What future projects are you working on?
I'm currently working on a treatment for a feature film, which there's interest from a Hollywood producer. So I'm writing that down, polishing it, making sure it's proper 3-act structure with a good ending and good characters that you care for. I scouted a really good location. Now I want to do my next horror short, but it all depends as well. I have 2 unfinished films that are in post-production that I need to release. So I got like 4 projects bouncing in my head, plus some log lines that I've written that I want to develop as well. But right now I'm a bit busy with these 4.
What advice would you give to those who are just starting and who want to shoot their first film?
I would tell everybody to practice writing log lines. Log lines are like one sentences that summarizes your whole story. If you meet like a important person and you need to pitch them an idea, you need to be able to summarize your whole story in one sentence. So if you can't summarize your story in one sentence, that means that your story is too complex or you haven't found the heart of your story. And once you have clearly defined that log line, then you have a vision for the story. And once you have that vision, then you can start developing, writing it, and seeing ways, and also try to solve problems without money. A good book I read that changed my philosophy and way of thinking in the film production was Robert Rodriguez, Rebel Without a Crew. I think for every aspiring filmmaker, you should read that book and see how he made El Mariachi for $7,000 back when it cost money to buy film. So today he could have made that for like, I don't know, maybe $200, $300, a whole feature film, maybe 500. So for $500, you can make a feature film with the technology we have today. And it all starts with creating a really good log line that can reach a wide audience, because you don't want to make a film that nobody watches. I mean, you can make personal films, of course, and there are art films that are very good, but you want to try to reach a wide audience as possible, I think. Log lines can be, I have one on my wall. It's someone brackets must do something brackets to brackets achieve something. So this is a bad one, but let's say a desperate bank robber must rob his father's store to run away with his girlfriend to his dream, or to meet his mother or something like that, his estranged mother. You know, that's like a log line, one sentence. So you get, okay, he has a conflict with his father, he has a girlfriend, and he has a bad girlfriend that maybe influences him, and he has a mother that he wants to meet before she dies or something like that. You know, and the father doesn't care about him, and you know, they have a store. So you know, that's a clear one sentence.
That would actually make a very good movie.
Yeah, and then I can give you a second one. Characters in a problem or situation must take action / make a sacrifice to solve the problem. That's another log line format you can use, but it clearly defines the conflict. And that's the problem. Many films that are really good, you know, like they look good and everything, but you don't want to watch the whole thing because the conflict isn't clear. You know, the main character walks aimlessly around, talks to different people, but what's the story? So you need to have a clear conflict that the main character must overcome to achieve something. So practice writing log lines every day. It's simple, just one sentence, write a bunch of them. And once you find one that you really like, that you feel like this is a story I can tell.
Yeah, this is my log line.
Then you start doing like me, scene for scene, building up and finding pictures to represent each shot that's important. And you see on the wall, you can even do it virtually now on PowerPoint or whatever. But you know, have it on the wall so you can visualize the story and see, does it make sense? What doesn't have to be filmed? Because you don't want to waste money filming a scene that doesn't progress the story.
Thank you, Ivan, for your insightful advice. I'm sure it will help many students.
Yeah, thank you. I'd love to help anyone that needs advice. Just write to me on the forum, and I'm happy to help.